Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to Backstage with Sterling. This week, I got a little story time to tell you guys. I know this is different from what we normally do, but I have a special guest out here. She's the goofiest bitch I know. She lives in my building, and we love her. Give it up for Kenny McDaniel.
Hi guys, this is Kendall here, back with Sterling. I'm so happy to be here, so excited to get into this story time, and let's get into it.
Okay, so we're going to be telling them about Washington, D.C.
Right.
Okay, so to give you guys a little background, we're both in the Multicultural Undergrad Law Association, you know, lawyer shit.
Also known as Moolah, big
Period,
shout out,
period.
big Moolah, big money.
So they had a trip for selective students to go to Washington, D.C. It was only $80. I knew that was a red flag, but we're gonna get into it soon. $80, and you went to Washington, D.C. And instead of taking a bus like normal times, we actually drove, which in multiple cars, which should have been another red flag. But let's start off with how everything went the day before. So did you get any sleep that night?
So the day before, no. I think it came to the point where I procrastinated so long that I didn't have time to pack. So instead of just going to bed, I just, decided to pack all night. And I just stayed up, me and my friend, Dashley, big shout out. We ended up just FaceTiming until maybe about 3 a.m. And then we got up, got things rolling, we got ready. And
Because I stood up the whole night.
Right.
Which, again, another red flag. I don't know why everybody procrastinated for that trip. But we all stood up, So I think I met with you downstairs, and we walked over to the hub, because that's where the meeting place was. So when we got there, the meeting time was 4:45, but not a single person was there. I think we were the first ones there, weren't we?
yeah, there's probably only 2 other people.
I
But
was a little bit scared. I thought they left us for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after this, we go in, we get settled in, and then we go downstairs, because, none of us have eaten. We're all hungry as shit. We go downstairs and we get a few snacks. Before we leave, do you remember what we told the people who were upstairs?
We said, wait for us, don't leave us.
Right.
Wait for us, don't leave us.
We go downstairs because we're like, okay, no one's here yet, so maybe we're early. We're going to go get a quick snack. 5 minutes, 3 minutes maybe, and we come back upstairs. Everybody's gone. Gone. Every single person is gone.
Nowhere to be seen.
And we're coming around the corner like, no way everybody's gone. They heard what we said.
After we literally told them, wait for us, do not leave us.
I still can't believe they did that shit. But, so after that, we go outside and everybody's there. Everybody's like, oh, we forgot about y'all. Of course you did. So as we go outside, we get told and instructed to go into... I can say his name, right? You don't think? Yeah, we get told to go in this guy's Kyle's car. We don't know who Kyle is. Kyle really don't know us at this point. So I'm thinking everything was safe. We get in the car. That shit was dirty.
On the low. No. Not even on the low. I mean, you have a regular adult person's car. You think it's clean. You think it's tidy. You know what I mean? But it's like this car was just
that
dirty.
Was crazy. There was
filthy.
Shit everywhere.
I mean, just books everywhere, trash everywhere, dirt everywhere. And what really gagged me is that on the inside of the windshield, or you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, on the inside of the windshield, there were those spots all over it. And we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I think the car needed a car wash inside and out. So we get in the car, and I think me and Dashley sit in the back because Kendall says that she called shotgun because she voted or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And she gets the front seat, and me and Dashley go in the back seat. On my side, there was just 8 different books all over the floor, and track CDs and drums, and there was this giant the giant tuxedo shit and blocking my view of the window. And I swore Dashley put all that shit on my side on purpose. But so yeah, we get in and we're looking around and we're like, just looking around. So,
really trying to get a feel for who this guy is. Because
right.
mind you, we really don't know who this guy is. We've never seen him before. He's probably never seen us before. We were just kind of trying to get a feel for what this guy is going to be like what's the ride going to be like. And, what your car looks like is kind of a representation of yourself.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean.
So, what did we end up doing after that? I think you had the bright idea to, let's snoop through his shit.
Yeah.
Because he had some diaries on the floor,
right.
And we were like, let's figure out who this guy is.
Because mind you, I'm in the front seat, so I don't really know what's going on in the back seat, but I'm just, talking out my neck, and I was talking about, let's see what he has back there, what's really the big issue. And so, of course, they start looking, and for some reason, Sterling comes across this Aladdin CD.
This Aladdin
DVD.
It was Blu-ray. Right, it was Blu-ray. So I come across this Aladdin DVD, and I'm like, why does he have an Aladdin DVD in his car for no reason? There's a bunch of other shit. There's 3 books, 2 diaries, and I think 3 CDs, and then the Aladdin DVD. So we see some guy walking over towards the car, and we're all scrummaging through his shit. We're throwing everything back. We're trying to act normal. He comes in the car. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. What's happening?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
you ready to drive?
Kendall does ask him if you want to go.
Yeah, so, mind you, prior to this trip, because I already knew that we weren't taking a bus, we did not have a professional driver driving us to DC, I was actually very nervous. I think I have a very irrational fear of dying in car crashes. So I kept praying. I was like, God, please protect us on this road. And whatever happens, if I need to, I will stay up this entire time, even though I did not sleep last night. So Kyle walks into the car, or he gets into the car, and I ask him, are you okay to drive? I'm tired, but I can stay up. We can switch turns. Are you okay? Kyle looks at me and he goes, yes, I'm wide awake.
I'm wide awake. So after this, let's just hurry up over what happened. We go to, everybody finally leaves. We break into our cars. We go to Sheetz to get something to eat. And we get back in our cars.
Mind you, this is almost an hour and 30 minutes after our specific leaving time.
Right. We were already an hour and 30 minutes late. So we finally leave. And because I thought Kendall was staying up, I thought I was safe enough to go to sleep. Because I'm like, someone's going to watch after this guy. So we're about an hour out of driving, and everybody's dead asleep in the car.
Yes, because I trusted Kyle. He said he was wide awake, and when I'm telling you, the mannerism in which he said, I am wide awake, really had me trusting this man.
I'm wide awake right now.
He is fine. He had something to eat this morning. He had a drink in his hand. He was good to go. So, of course, maybe 45 minutes after we really get out of state college, I start to doze off. Mind you, 15 minutes later,
we're all asleep. And I think it was the bumps, all it feels like. My head is hitting the window, and I wake up, and all I hear is Dashley going, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm looking up, and I see us swerving off, about to hit the shoulder, and I see
on the highway,
and Kyle's hands are drifting off to the left, and his head is about to fall over because he's dozing off, and I think you wake up, and you're like, Kyle.
Yeah. Because when I'm telling you, I don't even think I screamed that much. I think it was the fact that, I had no idea what was going on. All that I felt was me drifting like I was about to hit the side of the shoulder, really drifting. So, of course, I wake up. I'm not panicked, but I'm kind of.
I think you thought we were spinning out. I thought a tire blew. I didn't know what was going on in the moment.
Right.
But Kyle did wake up. So what the problem was, he fell asleep on the road, and he
behind the wheel.
Right, and he drifted off onto the shoulder, and he was these bumps in the shoulder. Luckily, that woke us up. If those ridges were not there, I low-key think we would have died.
We would not be here today, podcast. We really would not be.
So Kyle then wakes up. And do you remember what he said to us when he woke up?
So we pull over to the side of the road, and the first thing that Kyle says is, what's happening?
What the fuck? What happened?
What happened? What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? What's happening going on? We look at this dude you tell us what's going on.
Or the driver. When he pulled off And he was like, what happened? But the thing was, he says everything so nonchalantly that it's like, he was like, what happened? What's going on? It like put so much fear in my heart. All I remember was I had Nicki Minaj playing in the background of my beats because they like fell off. At this point, I think we all decided to just stay up.
Yeah, so after that happened, we're on the shoulder of the road, right? And we're just sitting there maybe for a good 3 minutes. Kyle decides to take out his headphones out of his ears, and the first thing that he says to me after he takes out his headphones was, yeah, guys, I think I might need y'all to stay up because I'm really feeling tired. Like, I don't think I could stay awake right now. And so, I mean, of course, I didn't get mad because I'm in no position to get mad. I'm like, okay, this man's probably freaking out. Let me stay calm, right? And so I take out my earbuds, and I'm like, you know what, Kyle, you're fine. So eventually, we start getting back on the road. We're all good. We're all up. Mind you, this boy, Kyle, had no aux in his car, so no music is playing.
We just have to like really just talk to each other for the next 2 hours to keep this man up.
Right.
I will never forget what he said when we were on the road. He was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not a great driver.
And that's instantly where my guard went up, skyrocketed to the
think you
ceiling.
whipped your
like,
head so fast.
I probably got whiplash,
What?
actually. I look at that man and I go, what? What do you mean you're not a good driver?
By this point, I'm already texting the president, like, you need to switch our car now.
Meow.
So,
right?
I feel like at this point, we were all talking. We're probably like 2 hours out by this point, and, you know, he doesn't have an aux, but he does have a CD player. So he asks us, hey, can you guys find my Keisha Cole CD? Me and Dashley are obviously in the back.
Alicia Keys.
Oh, Alicia Keys. It was Alicia Keys. And me and Dashley are in the back, and we obviously go searching for it, knowing where it is, but we had to make it seem like we didn't know. Me and Dashley were on timing. So we grabbed the CD, and we handed it to him. So this man does not know that we went snooping through his car. So Kendall, in the front seat, not knowing any CDs, then turns around and asks us,
Guys, get the Aladdin DVD, please.
and we all like paused for a second because I don't think you realized what you did.
I was so tired, y'all, because I did not get any sleep, and I was hungry because we didn't get any food, because I was like, okay, we're gonna make it to breakfast. I didn't realize we were not on schedule. So anyways, the real story is that Kyle already had a CD in his CD player, and when he ejected it out of the CD player, whatever, it was a blue disc. So of course, me being delusional and delirious at some extent, I was like, oh yeah, this is the Blu-ray DVD in his CD player. So I turned to the back and I go, yeah, guys, get the Aladdin thing.
And I say right back to her, Kendall, how the fuck do you know there's a Blu-ray Aladdin DVD in here?
And so the crazy thing, like when I'm telling you, I was so tired, I did not put two and two together. Like I am just now kind of realizing, yeah, why would he have a Blu-ray DVD in his CD player? So Kyle's kind of still oblivious, like, okay, like, nah, guys, it's actually a Disney CD.
He was making up to it at some point because he looked at me in the mirror in his rear view mirror, and I was like, I was kind of like trying to look away, like so he wouldn't notice. So after that, everything goes. I don't want to say smoothly because nothing about his car was smooth at all.
Very, very bumpy road.
So we finally pull up, and we pull up to not the Hilton, not the Hamilton. We pull up to the La Quinta. I felt like looking at it, it looked like so scary in daylight that I could imagine what it looked like during the night.
But see, I didn't get that feeling. Honestly, I mean, maybe I'm just not aware of my surroundings, but I was like, oh, this just looks like a regular hotel. Like, I've never stayed at a La Quinta before, but all right. And of course, now that I know, there were homeless people walking around, but I just thought those were regular guests. I had no idea because they were in and out of the hotel.
The pool was brown.
Yeah, the pool was dirty.
Like, that should have been, like, looking at everything that was going on around, paying attention to the surroundings, I was like, where the fuck are we right now? Like, it just looks so crazy. So keep in mind, we are behind schedule at this point. So, none of us have really slept. And they look at all of us, like, once we get there, something's wrong with our rooms. Because they were like, oh, we can't check in yet. So we have to wait 20 minutes downstairs before we can actually go to our rooms. And then they had a separate plan, like, oh, maybe we can all get changed in one room. 50 kids all get changed in one room. 50 kids all get changed in one room. I felt like that was like one of the dumbest things I've heard. So we decided to wait for the 20 minutes. No breakfast. no teeth brushing, just down there. Everybody's quiet because everybody has sit up the whole night. So we've all been up for at least 24 hours plus by this point. And finally we do get our rooms. And as soon as we get our rooms, they tell us, you guys have 10 minutes to get dressed.
What the fuck? Thinking 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, they can't be serious. So y'all mean 20 minutes. No, they meant 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
They meant 10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes to get dressed.
Full face of makeup, hair and everything, edges laid, contacts in.
Deodorant on, brushing teeth, get crust off eyeballs. I did not have enough time. I feel like no one did have enough time. And they were getting mad at us because we did not have enough time.
But that was not our fault because me, Sterling, and Dashley showed up on time. My whole issue is that if y'all are gonna say you're gonna be on time, if we have to leave at this given time, why are we leaving an hour and 30 minutes late? So not only did we miss breakfast, we were also late to our first law school.
Spoken.
She just appears to be just a little bit ghetto to me.
We do go upstairs.
A little bit ghetto, you know, a little bit hood.
And we go to our first school, which I'm gonna brush over the schools because that they were the least crazy part about the trip.
Right. Very nice schools though, very nice.
Right.
Very grateful for the opportunity, had a great experience, but let's get into the next part.
I feel like the only one I'm gonna talk about is Howard.
Oh.
Howard's the only one I'm gonna talk about.
Whew.
So we go to Georgetown, and when we go to Georgetown is a T15 law school, so it's a very nice law school, I can't lie. I love everybody there. I'm not gonna lie, their common area was just kind of like boring.
Really?
Right.
You thought so?
But like when we first walked in.
Oh, yeah.
It was just kind of boring.
It was. Honestly, I thought everything else was very beautiful. Georgetown is very modern. It's a very nice building, very nice school. But the common area, it just seemed like a regular common area. Nothing special.
So I think by this point, what did we do? So on the itinerary list that we were given, we were supposed to go out to lunch, and then that was supposed to be it for our day. We were supposed to go back home, take a nap, because none of us have slept.
Right, because on our itinerary it said only one school today. Right.
They then dropped the bomb on us that we need to hurry up with lunch because now we're going to Howard. I was excited to go to Howard
At first,
but like as the day progressed, I became more and more like, I'm so tired right now. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't care.
Right. I think, in my honest opinion, they had already told us Howard was off the list when we had our meeting before this trip. They said Howard's off this list, but we'll have students come up to our school, Penn State. So we were like, okay, a win is a win. We'll still get to understand what Howard Law School is like. But then they dropped the bomb on us. We had to rush through lunch, and now we're booking it to Howard because we have to be on time.
Right, and I wanted to say at the what was called the Mi Vida, because their food was low-key banging, and I wanted drinks. But we did rush, and when we got there, remember, we weren't even supposed to go there, so the fact that they accepted us means we have to be on our best behavior.
Right.
Which, with 50 kids who are asleep, it's kind of hard.
Right.
So I feel like I already knew things were going to go wrong because everybody was complaining about those steps. I wanted to see your face during those steps because the amount of steps we had to walk up. You don't remember? Oh, you got lost from us after the gift shop.
Oh, yeah.
You had your
So
own private
me and
tour.
Dashley, we actually got separated from the group. So I really have no say in what Sterling's talking about, but I'll let him take over that part.
Those steps, I don't know how it was possible because it felt like we were walking up 4 flights of steps, and then we went down 1 and we were back on the main floor. Like the building itself was just weird. It felt like Hogwarts, honestly. So after they show us the building, we're supposed to meet up with the dean, and the dean is going to do a Q&A with us. But keep in mind, none of us have slept for about 35 hours by this point. So the sleep debt is really catching up with us.
It really was.
So we sit down in the auditorium, and the dean is speaking to us. And I'm going to say this from my point of view. She hands out a paper, and as I'm looking on the paper, my eyes are starting to become unfocused, and I feel my head dozing off like my name is Kyle. And I am looking, and my eyes are coming unfocused, my head is dozing off, and all I hear is, "Wake up! Wake up now!" No, I'm dragging her. But she was like, wake up!
She was very stern. Honestly, because me and Dashley got there late because we were still on the tour. And honestly, I can't even remember sitting down and getting that paper. I feel like I mean, all I remember is just being in my seat, dozing off, and hearing her yell at us, talking about, it's very disrespectful. I'm hurting up here. Y'all need to wake up.
But I wish you would have understood what we were going through. So everybody, I didn't see it, but apparently there was 10, 15 kids
Right, because we were in the front, so we really didn't know what was going on behind.
But like, as I look around, I just see everybody's eyes are bloodshot red. But I look at Kendall, and Kendall just is tired. I can see it in your whole face.
Okay, but because mind you, I never go days or hours without sleeping. I mean, I think I can every night. So for me to actually be going or running off with 0 sleep right now is a lot for me. So yes, I'm the type to get very agitated and irritated when I am sleepy. So for her to be yelling at me, I was not fazed. Because who are you to tell me I cannot sleep right now? You know what I mean?
She was telling you, but you... So after she told us this, everybody was trying their best to stay up. Everybody's like nudging each other. But Kendall over here, Miss Beauty Sleep, she keeps dozing off. So I keep nudging her and I keep hitting her. And so does Dashley. So, you know, she's just kind of getting poked by each side, like punches and
I was
jabs.
irritated because what are y'all doing touching me right now?
We had to keep you up. So finally, I think the Q&A was just an A. Like, there was only answers. There was no questions. I was so tired.
How long was it?
I don't
mean, it just
remember.
felt like forever.
She was just talking, and I was like, please, like, when she said any questions, I was like, no one asks shit.
But it was the same two
go.
people, I feel like,
It was
asking the same question in different fonts. I
Okay,
swear.
the only people I remember asking questions were Kristen, Elijah, and Kyle.
Yeah.
But they were asking the same question. I'm like, bro, shut up. Look this. It was like questions that could be looked up online. What's the GPA to get in here? I was like, bro, it's on the paper. It's on the paper. Shut up. Finally, the Q&A does end.
Eventually.
And, you know, on everybody's minds is, let's get back to the La Quinta. So,
Which, mind you, is another 40-minute drive because we are not staying in the city of D.C., like downtown D.C. We were about, like, we're probably in Bethesda or whatever it's called, 40 minutes away.
We were just not in a good neighborhood. That's all I know. And by this time, the night is rolling around. So, you know, now things are starting to get crazy. So we do go to the car. Me, Dashley, and Kendall all go to Kyle's car. We go to Kyle's car without Kyle. Where the hell is Kyle? Kyle is inside just talking up a storm, talking about this party, and we're like, no, we have to go. Kendall's goofy ass asks me, hey, can you go back in there and go get Kyle? Like, I'm going to go back into Hogwarts, back into that maze. So finally, Kyle... What the fuck? Long story short, they aggravate the shit out of me because they were locking me out the car.
Okay, mind you, we are all tired, but we were all jokes this entire time. Nothing but laughter. So yes, we were locking people out of our car the entire time. Just all funny, all games, all jokes. I was
not here for it. I was like, fuck you guys. Fuck y'all. And I got into the president's car, and our president is Lakeisha, and I just got in her car. Everybody was looking at me like, what's the problem? I was like, I'm in this car.
What's the problem?
Leave me alone. I'm in this car, and I'm going to sleep. I went to sleep, and I dozed off. I think I took, like, the best nap. So, finally, after that, another bumpy car ride, we get back to the La Quinta, and this is where, like, things actually started to go wrong.
Yeah, so we get back to La Quinta. And me and Dashley actually left our keys in the room, so we had to go to the common desk to get a new key, right? And so Sterling and Kyle, they already went up to their room, and me and Dashley were kind of just alone downstairs. There was just, you know, weird men all around, but again, I was not frightened at any point of this time. We eventually get our key after waiting for what seemed about maybe 30 minutes because no one was at the common desk, so we had to wait. We get to the elevator, and we're standing with two other students who are a part of Moolah on this trip, and I swear I went to go grab a napkin from the food area, and I look out the window and I swear I see a figure, like a man figure, but it's so dark outside and he's not close to the light, so I didn't think anything of it. We're waiting on the elevator, or we're waiting for the elevator to come, and mind you, only one elevator is working and it goes very slow. I look over to the door where I saw that figure. Tell me why there's a man with his penis out, waving it around, pressed against the glass, staring dead at my soul. I turn to Dashley and I go, oh my God, his penis is out. They all look, and we are scared, terrified, mortified. I don't think I've ever been this scarred in my life because I've never seen something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, things get real crazy. I have to cut it off there because the video does run a little bit long. But if you want a part 2, #revisions, comment down below, leave a like, and you know what it is, Backstage with Sterling. Okay, that's it, and I can't wait to see you next time.